It's not about choosing what right path matters, but rather finding what ignites your passion. For when you find what brings you joy, the path doesn't really matter because anyone will take you there. Ron, founder of Panera. The most common question I get, besides the fear of public speaking, is, well, Brendan, I don't really know what I'm passionate about. What topic should I present? What topic should I present? Okay, guys, I get it. You don't know what you want to present. You're trying to figure out your topic, which is exactly why in this week's episode of MasterTalk, I'm going to help you choose it. Hi, everyone. Brendan here from MasterTalk, on your go-to channel to mastering your talk. And today, we're going to be going through my framework on how to figure out the perfect speech topic that works for you. So let's finally pick something already. Number 1, make a list of problems you can solve and find a group to solve it for. The biggest issue that I see with speech topic selection is that most people pick topics that aren't repeatable. So let's say you're in a classroom and you talk about apples. I mean, that's great, but the chances of you presenting that again is almost zero. So you're always ditching your content and moving to the next presentation. And this translates when you go into the boardroom. So after you graduate from school and you go to, well, a working environment, you're doing the same thing. You're presenting a topic that you usually don't have to present a second time. You ditch the presentation, you create a new one. And that's the worst way of actually practicing communication because you're focusing too much time on your content and not enough time on actually delivering it, which is the point of public speaking. How do you present the same idea in a way that's so effective that people want to listen to you? That's why my advice is saying, okay, make a list of all of the things you're actually good at. That could be cooking, baking, making videos. For me, it was public speaking and communication. And then from that group, ask yourself, who actually needs this topic? Is there a group of people I can present to tomorrow that will really benefit from this? So here's a common example I like to give people I work with is, let's say you're an executive at a company or you work for somebody and you're saying, well, Brendan, I don't really have that much passions outside of, my work. But a lot of those people do a lot of pro bono activities, whether it's raising money for a cause they care about, a charity, a kids leadership program that they work with. And it's those environments where they present. So classic, Julie is a bank executive, loves marketing, but teaches marketing to a group of 8-year-olds, 15-year-olds during the weekend to just teach them for free. So what's great about that marketing presentation that Julie is doing in this example is she can repeat that presentation over and over again to other kids' leadership programs, pro bono, because even if the presentation doesn't change, the kids change. So her presentation can stay the same. I do the same thing. I only present one topic, but I present it to different organizations, whether it's to companies, whether it's to universities, or even kids in elementary schools. I'm always presenting the same content. It's just the flavor, the language I use changes. So if you want to get better at communication, you want to pick the right topic, the goal is to pick 2 or 3, ideally one, that you're really, really strong at, that people want to hear, that people want to take advantage of, that solves a problem for them, that brings you joy, that you can just keep doing on and on again until it's perfect. Number 2, test out your ideas with your target audience and see if it's well received. So at this point in the video, if you're still not sure what the topic that you want to present is, which is totally fine, you have that list, right? That 3 to 5 idea list that you have. Now the next thing you want to do is shop those ideas. Talk to the people you want to make a difference for, the people you care about, and just ask them, what do you think about this? What if I made a presentation on how to run a marathon? Would this be of interest to you? Some of them might say yes, some of them might say no. And then as you go through these ideas and you brainstorm with other people around you, you'll figure out really quickly which ideas you're meant for. Another trick that I love to use is taking the list and going up to the people you trust the most and saying, out of these topics, which one do you think I'm just better at than everyone else by far that you come to me for advice for? So when I did that exercise with my friends, they all pointed the same one. They said, Brendan, you kind of suck at everything except for communication. So why don't you just make videos on that topic. And they were right? I'm skilled at this specific thing, and there's other things in life that I'm not too great at. So same analogy applies for you. There are some things that you're great at, some things you need to work on a bit more. And by figuring out what that sweet spot is and constantly having discussions with the people you want to serve, you'll be able to narrow that list down from 10, 20 topics to a select 1 to 3 and really dive deep into those so you can develop true expertise in those areas. And finally, number 3, once you find that topic, understand that the only path to excellence is sticking to it. The number one complaint I get from my clients is, Brendan, I've been presenting the same topic for 3 months. Can we switch? Can you switch? The question I always ask them back is, how many people do you want to serve in this world? Millions or a couple of dozen? And they always say millions. And I always tell them, if you want to serve millions of people, look at the people who are doing that and observe what they're doing. Tony Robbins is a great example of this. He's been doing the same seminar now for 40 years. 40 years. 4 decades. It's the same 3-day event. It's the same transformation. It's the same script. Sure, he's tweaked a couple of things along the way, but what he's known for has remained the same. And that analogy needs to apply, especially if you're just getting started with public speaking. You need to push through that work. You need to be willing to present the same thing, even if it takes hundreds of times, if you want to be world class at it. It was really difficult for me with MasterTalk to stick to this topic. I want to talk about life and career advice and how to make a difference in the world and all that stuff. But at the end of the day, what I want to be known for is this niche, because it is that expertise in which I can actually serve people with. Whereas if I start talking about lasagna recipes, well, not really good at making lasagna, and I won't really help people in the same way somebody else who knows how to make a really good lasagna can do better than me. That's the secret. Pick a topic, figure out the list, ask the people that you trust what you're an expert on, and then leverage that expertise. Communicate that expertise so many times that the world believes you are one. As Ron taught us, it's not about finding the right path. It's about picking one and sticking to it until you find a better path. Maybe taking a car instead of just walking. Same analogy applies here. The goal is to start. Even if you're still not sure which topic you want to go with, I encourage you to just pick one. Present it. See how you feel with it. Do you like it? Are you annoyed by it? Do you see yourself presenting it 100 times? And if the answer is no, keep going. But once you find that topic, that is the beginning of your road to excellence and world-class expertise. So take it. As always, if you enjoyed this week's episode of MasterTalk, be sure to smash that like button and subscribe to the YouTube channel as well to see more videos like this. And if you know one person that's struggling to find a topic for their presentation, be sure to send them this video so that they'll be one step closer to doing something. See you next time.